Well now, as we were forecasting last week, the £50 million takeover of Leeds United by a Gulf-based investment bank has been finalised at last.
So you'd naturally be expecting Leeds fans who've long been calling for owner Ken Bates to sell up to be over the moon, to use football parlance.
Well, not entirely, because the deal thrashed out with the new owners, GFH Capital, will see Mr Bates stay on as chairman until the end of the season, and then he'll become the club's president. And as John Shires reports, while some fans are relieved it's finally happened, others remain sceptical.
It's the takeover the supporters feared would never happen. It's 6 months ago now that Leeds first announced they were in discussions with the Bahrain-based investment bank GFH Capital. So at Elland Road today, there was a sense of relief.
I think it's good for everybody at the club and looking forward rather than back now.
All the fans have waited 6 months while it's been going on. We need some investment on the pitch, and I think now's the time for it to happen.
But just how much investment will there be, and what do we know of GFH Capital? First, they're a subsidiary of the Dubai-based Gulf Finance House. Their deputy chief executive and the prime mover behind the United deal is David Haigh, a Cornish-born, lifelong Leeds fan. He'll be joined on the United board by GFH Capital Managing Director Hisham Al-Rayes and fellow director Salam Patel. The big question is, how deep are their pockets? And the answer, difficult to say. It's reported that parent company Gulf Finance House posted a profit of less than £250,000 last year. The other question surrounds the continuing involvement of Ken Bates, against whom disenchanted fans, disillusioned by a perceived lack of on-field investment, have held several noisy protest demonstrations. Today, Mr Bates spoke about the GFH Capital takeover to his own radio station, Yorkshire Radio.
They will be providing additional working capital for the club, and they will also be providing funds to strengthen the team. In fact, there's already been a small injection this morning as far as working capital is concerned. Nothing will change. I will continue as chairman until the end of the season, when I look forward to handing over to my successor and becoming president, and sitting back, perhaps taking a bit more time off and enjoying what has been 8 years very hard work.
Well, today the Leeds United Supporters Trust has been inundated with emails and tweets from fans who wanted him gone altogether.
Why is he staying? Why is he still having involvement? If this was a deal that was to take over the club, then surely Mr Bates would move on now, and GFHC would take over the club full stop. And
are they disillusioned about it? Are they angry about it?
There's certainly some disappointment coming across to us. Really pleased that we've got new owners, but a little bit disillusioned about the involvement of Mr Bates.
It's only 11 years since Leeds were rubbing shoulders with Europe's elite in the semi-finals of the Champions League. GFH Capital clearly see there's potential to restore the club to former glories, but that will cost millions. And the first acid test will be how much cash Neil Warnock gets to spend to boost his threadbare squad. The loan window to bring players in closes tomorrow. Leeds fans will be hoping it'll be a busy 24 hours.
Well, we're joined now by former Leeds captain Dominic Matteo, who was part of that United side which made it through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Dom, a good day for Leeds United? Is this the light at the end of the tunnel that so many have wanted to see?
I think we're all hoping so. It's been a difficult 6 or 7 months. I think the fans have been frustrated, seeing some good players leave the club. And then, we've had a few players come back in, but I think the Leeds fans are looking for like a kind of marquee signing. When you lose the kind of players we've lost, I think we haven't brought anyone in to kind of replace them. I think that's been a frustrating thing, and obviously there's been development on the stadium, and I think the fans really want development in the team rather than in the ground.
Well, at the moment, the hope is that the money's there, but it's not confirmed in so many respects, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, we're all kind of waiting to hear how much they're kind of worth. Are they really got the kind of money that it would take to take Leeds up? Because obviously you need a lot of money in football at the top level, and I think until we find out how much they are going to invest. The good news is, which Ken has said, they've already put a small injection, because as we know the loan window finishes tomorrow, and it'd be nice to get a couple of players in before that deadline.
So Mr Warnock must be quite pleased. At least he's got a little bit of money now to play with for players.
I mean, because obviously the gaffer's come in for a bit of criticism of results haven't been great. But I think to myself, now he might have a little bit of money to spend. A couple of players obviously lined up. He must have a few at the back of his mind, and if he can get a couple in on loan before Thursday, and can pick up on the field and get through to January, make some decent signs in January, you know, it could be a bit more bright for Leeds.
How much as a sideshow is it that Ken Bates is still at the club? He's still the chairman till the end of the season, then the president. Does that really reflect on what happens at the club?
Not really. I mean, I think these guys are obviously going to be in charge, you know, and Ken said that in his interview there. He said, you know, he's here as chairman to the end of the season. He's quite happy to hand it over. And he's going to be president next year and sit back and enjoy watching some football maybe. It probably has been a long, hard 8 years for Ken Bates and for the fans, I must say.
Yes.
You know, but it's been a difficult situation all the way around, and I think, you know, he probably is tired. You know, he's put a lot of hard work in, and so have the fans. I mean, there'll be a lot of like arguments between the fans and Ken over the years, and I think it'd be nice now if there could be some kind of like, you know, that ends and we can just sort of all get on and all concentrate on Leeds United on the field.
You were at the club in 2004 when it was taken over. What sort of effect did that have on you as a player and the team?
I think as a player, you're not really that involved. I think the players will just be glad now they're not getting asked every day when they get into the car or the petrol station what's happening in the takeover, because that's how I kind of feel, because I live in and around Leeds and people ask me every day what's going on with the take, what news, and if you haven't got any, I think now we're relieved. It's just let's concentrate on the football team, get the club back playing well again, try and get some players in and get the club back up the table, because at the moment, you know, things aren't looking great on the pitch. I think the fans, we need to get the fans through the door this weekend. It's a massive game at the weekend. Let's get supporting Leeds United this weekend, and hopefully the takeover can be a big boost.
Okay, Dominic, that's great. Thank you very much indeed for joining us with your views this evening.
Pleasure.
If you are a Leeds fan, or even if you're not, we want to know what you think about the day's developments at Ellen Road. You can leave us a message on our Facebook wall. Just go to facebook.com/Canada News. Click on the like button at the top. As always, you can send us a text, the word Yorks, followed by your comments to 63332, please. That's 63332. We'll try and include as many of your views as we can before the end of tonight's programme.